Jake Paul can crack.
Yeah.
100%. What if Jake Paul knocks one of them out?
It's just silly, isn't it? It's just silly. Anthony Joshua is a world-level heavyweight.
Joe Rogan just finally confirmed that Jake Paul is officially set to fight Anthony Joshua, the two-time heavyweight world champion. And that's not happening in some small exhibition, but in a full-scale heavyweight clash this December in Miami. Rogan's words hit like a punch because this is happening in real time.
I mean, what more do you want to know? Boxing has always been an insane and crazy game.
The internet didn't even need a second to explode. Within hours, clips from Rogan's show went viral across every platform. YouTube channels dissecting every word. Because when Joe Rogan says something's real, it becomes real. That's the kind of influence he has.
That AJ is in talks with Jake Paul over a deal for a heavyweight fight in Miami next month. Of course, the YouTuber Paul has already fought the former heavyweight champion of the world, Mike Tyson, and beaten him.
And here's the thing, no one believed Jake Paul would ever go this far. He's fought MMA stars, aging boxers, even legends like Anderson Silva and Mike Tyson in exhibition bouts. But stepping into the ring with Anthony Joshua, that's a completely different planet.
And he's now in talks with Anthony Joshua with a view to the two of them fighting in Miami next month.
Joshua isn't a social media name. He's a two-time unified heavyweight world champion, a man who won Olympic gold in 2012 and built a 28-4 record with 25 knockouts. This is the same guy who shared the ring with Vladimir Klitschko, Andy Ruiz Jr., and Daniel Dubois. A real seasoned monster of the heavyweight division. And now, somehow, Jake Paul is the man standing across from him.
You've got a very talented YouTuber that's built himself into an massive influence with huge following.
But the story of how Jake got here isn't just wild, it's almost unbelievable. A few years ago, he was known for pranks, chaos, and controversy on YouTube. Nobody took him seriously. He was the loud kid who made money off views, not victories. Then came the gloves. Jake started training like a man obsessed. Tyron Woodley, Ben Askren, Anderson Silva. One by one, he took out names people never thought he could. And slowly, that clown label started to fade. He was supposed to face Gervonta Davis next. A flashy, dangerous fight. But legal issues crashed that plan. Instead of slowing down, Jake went bigger. Way bigger. Because that's how he operates.
He is a successful hustler. I don't even know. I think he might be. He's got hustle, or he's not a hustler.
And Netflix saw the opportunity immediately. They're turning this fight into more than a sporting event. It's a global spectacle. Reports say Jake could walk away with $92 million from this bout. For comparison, that's more than many world champions earn in an entire career. This is boxing colliding with entertainment. And Netflix is betting that millions will tune in, not just for the punches, but for the personalities. It's the streaming giant's first massive step into live combat sports, and they picked the most unpredictable fight possible.
What difference does it make? Oh, it would potentially jeopardize his legacy. His legacy's sealed. You cannot undo the fact, whatever you think of Anthony Joshua,
It might damage it.
I don't think so. What it will do is increase his bank balance. But I don't think. I think it didn't damage Muhammad Ali's reputation to go in with a sumo wrestler, did it?
But beyond the money and the media noise, this fight is about something deeper validation. For Jake, it's a chance to prove he belongs in a world that's rejected him since day one. He's been called fake, delusional, a circus act. Yet here he is, going toe-to-toe with one of boxing's most dangerous men. And for Joshua, it's redemption. After that brutal knockout loss to Daniel Dubois in 2024, he's fighting not just for a win, but for his pride, for his place back on top.
Well, he wants to make some money.
No, I know. He's a good showman.
Fellow.
Rogan's skepticism adds another layer to it. He's seen the best in the world, from MMA to boxing, and even he can't quite process what's coming. To him, it's insane. A man who weighs 190 pounds stepping in with a heavyweight who hits like a freight train. But that's what makes it fascinating. It's not logical, it's not safe, it's chaotic, and chaos sells. Rogan himself called it more of a spectacle than a fight, and he's right. This is legacy versus influence, discipline versus disruption.
DC said, take my fucking name out of your mouth. I'm not a kid. I will fuck you up. And he was like, Ike's, You know, like it's fucking former UFC heavyweight champion of the world.
Yeah.
That's not what you want.
So now the question isn't just who will win, it's what happens after. If Joshua wins, order is restored. The boxing world breathes again. But if Jake pulls off the impossible, if he even lasts the full rounds, let alone wins, it changes everything. Boxing's hierarchy, its rules, its gatekeepers, all of it. Rogan said it best. If Jake Paul beats Anthony Joshua, boxing will never be the same again.
Anthony Joshua will fight a YouTuber.
This is the entertainment business. And Anthony Joshua is an entertainer. And you can't undo the fact that he won the World Heavyweight Championship twice.
Anthony Joshua is the mountain Jake Paul has to climb, and not a friendly little hill either. We're talking Everest in a thunderstorm, barefoot. Joshua's legacy is carved into the foundations of modern boxing. Olympic gold medalist in 2012, two-time unified heavyweight champion, global superstar. The man's career is a checklist of things most fighters only dream about. When Joshua walks into a room, even the heavyweights stand a little straighter. His record speaks louder than any hype video. 28 wins, 4 losses, and 25 of those wins by knockout. That's not punching, that's erasing people from consciousness. He's gone to war with names like Vladimir Klitschko, Andy Ruiz Jr., and Daniel Dubois. Those aren't YouTubers or influencers. Those are trained killers who've spent their entire lives throwing hands for a living. And Joshua beat most of them in spectacular fashion.
I don't think that I would ever consider having a debate about whether Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul is a proper fight between two bona fide champions. I think Jake Paul is someone that's creating a lot of opportunity for himself.
Physically, he's a different species compared to Jake Paul. 6'6", 240 pounds of pure muscle with an 82-inch reach. He's built like he was handcrafted in a lab labeled danger. When he hits, it's not just one punch, it's an event. Now put that next to Jake Paul, 6'1", 190 pounds, and you realize how insane this matchup really is. It's like someone decided to pit a Ferrari against a tank just to see what happens. But Joshua isn't just brawn, he's also methodical, a technician in the ring. He fights with patience, reads his opponents, sets traps. There's calculation behind every jab, every feint. For years, he's carried the pride of British boxing on his shoulders, filling out stadiums and holding belts most fighters can't even pronounce. And yet, here he is, facing a YouTuber who turned the internet into his boxing gym.
In Jacksonville, sold out arena, and they were all chanting, "Fuck Jake Paul! Fuck Jake Paul!" He's filming it.
But behind all the press releases and flashy headlines, the negotiations have been pure madness. Eddie Hearn, the man who basically runs British boxing, confirmed the talks were real, but called the whole thing a promotional circus. And he's not wrong. You've got two totally different worlds colliding here. Joshua's team, run like a military operation, and Jake's MVP Promotions, which runs more like a viral marketing campaign with punching gloves. Behind closed doors, it's been tense. Joshua's camp is reportedly worried about protecting his reputation. After all, how does a two-time world champion justify fighting a YouTuber without sounding like he's selling out? Meanwhile, Jake's camp sees this as a golden ticket, not just to fame, but to boxing immortality.
Because he's in the business of entertainment. And if an opportunity is presented to him and someone wants to say that we can monetize this to the huge levels that are potentially available, why wouldn't you? It's a walk in the park.
This fight isn't just athlete versus athlete. It's a full-scale collision of generations, industries, and egos. Joshua's fighting for history. Jake's fighting for headlines. Even Joe Rogan said it straight. This is insane. This isn't a fight. This is a potential hospital trip. And he's right. Joshua's jab could dislocate your neck. His right hand could stop a charging bull. Every inch of this matchup screams danger. But that's exactly why Jake Paul signed the deal. He's addicted to the impossible. He doesn't chase wins. He chases disbelief. The more ridiculous it sounds, the more he wants it. And somehow, that madness is what makes people watch.
And using sport as the anchor for it. And will I watch it? No. And do I value it? No. But when I'm asked to be confronted with a fight between two legends' sons and then get involved in all of the nonsense that goes around it, I don't buy into the nostalgia. I don't think that they merit.
Jake knows he can't outmuscle Joshua. His only hope lies in movement, speed, and the unpredictable chaos that defines him. He's not technical, he's not textbook, but he's wild, stubborn, and fearless. And sometimes that's worse. Every fighter who stepped in with him thought he was a joke, until they were lying on the canvas wondering what the hell just happened. Jake's game isn't just about punches. It's psychological warfare. He lives rent-free in people's heads, and by the time the bell rings, half his job is already done. Still, Anthony Joshua is no ordinary opponent. After that brutal knockout loss to Daniel Dubois in 2024, he went silent. No flashy interviews, no trash talk, just pure cold focus. The kind of focus that doesn't bark, it bites. Joshua's rebuilt himself from the ground up. He's fighting like a man who's done being humble, and that's what makes this dangerous. Because Jake Paul isn't just stepping into a ring, he's stepping into a man's redemption story.
Josh and Jake. I don't believe it. I don't believe a single thing until I see him in the ring. I don't believe any. Even if they come together for a press, I don't believe it. I don't genuinely believe he will climb into a boxing ring with 10-ounce gloves on with Anthony Joshua.
And while Jake's chasing glory, he's also chasing blood. In the heavyweight world, glory doesn't come with trophies. It comes with broken ribs, split lips, and blackout moments you don't wake up from. This isn't the YouTube undercard anymore. It's the deep end of boxing, where a single punch can erase your career. When Rogan broke the news, the internet split in half. Half the world called Jake a clown, the other half called him a visionary. Memes flooded TikTok before the clip even finished uploading. Tyson Fury laughed it off, calling it a circus show with gloves. KSI mocked it like it was a bad movie trailer. Eddie Hearn tried to hide his grin because while he thinks it's madness, he also knows madness sells. Every promoter, every boxer, every fan scrolling through X at midnight is secretly thinking the same thing. What if Jake actually lands one?
I could judge how long it's going to go if I fought him, and I'm a past a 42-year-old man. Never mind. Probably the best conditioned heavyweight the heavyweight division's ever seen.
The chaos is addictive. Reddit threads look like war zones. People aren't just debating the fight, they're arguing over reality itself. The lines between sport and spectacle have blurred completely, and Jake Paul drew them himself, because no matter how much people hate him, they can't ignore him. Every insult, every meme, every headline feeds the machine. He's not fighting for approval anymore. He's fighting for immortality, and right now he's already won the attention war. But attention doesn't save you from a right hook. Anthony Joshua's stepping in for something Jake doesn't understand: legacy. He's fighting for everything he's built, everything he lost, and everything he still wants to be. For Joshua, this isn't a paycheck, it's redemption. For Jake, it's validation, the desperate hunger to be respected by the same world that mocked him into success.
If he's telling the truth, and you know, if he's lying, why didn't he say 2 million? Why didn't he say 3 million?
Right.
Why did he say 1.5? I mean, maybe he's telling the truth.
If Jake somehow wins, boxing's foundation will crack. Every old school fighter, every critic who laughed at influencer boxing will have to shut up and accept the new era. If Joshua wins, the hierarchy is restored. The gladiator crushes the entertainer, and order returns to the sport. But even then, the damage will be done, because Jake Paul has already done what nobody else could. He made boxing feel like chaos again. December 2025 in Miami will be worth witnessing. The showman walks into the lion's den. Joe Rogan confirmed it, and now the world holds its breath. Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. Fame versus legacy. The kid from YouTube against the man who ruled the ring. When that bell rings, there won't be edits, filters, or cuts. Just pain, pride, and the sound of a dream getting tested against a fist.